We're back on the Mark II infrared, and this one's been a long time coming. I've had a few weeks off, just haven't been able to get much content done. Bit of prep work in the background, but we got a parcel arrived today. Parcel force have dropped over a vital part missing for me infrared. Other parts are here, and let's slightly modify it, non-spec, standard, and let's get these parts fitted. And there's a slim chance that I may be able to give this bike a ride in this video. Stay tuned. So there it is, long overdue update on the infrared. Okay, those who follow me on the Facebook chopper pages, I picked up this, excuse the barking dog in the background, next door's dog. Anyway, picked up this front mudguard. It was covered in white paint, very battered, looking sorry for itself. Bit of magic by me, cleaned it up nice. That's going to go on. It's missing that back tab, but once it's through the fork and the brake caliper bolt is through there, that missing tab won't matter. I broke down an old shopper bike, a Raleigh shopper, and from that was this front rack from a shopper. That is going to go on the infrared. Doesn't look right now, but once it's set in, so take the wheels off, front wheel off, these go into the front wheels. That bit there hoops over the hoops into the bars. No bearings in yet. I'll do that off camera, but I just want to get this thing built up because it's been sitting out for a long time now. I want to get it built up, looking more like a bike. Also on eBay, purchased a job lot of parts, 20 quid. Yeah, I thought this was a correct length chain guard, but unfortunately not. It's about an inch longer. It came with a crank arm, airplane. What a racket! Where is it? Can't see it. Anyway, it came with a crank arm of the other length. I either take that original crank arm off and put the long arm on, or clean up. It's a bit grubby. Clean it up and set on. Make a small little drink out of it. It came with a bottom bracket fixing bolts. It came with 2 pedals, which I'll use on this. Not the correct ones, but they're quite cool. Period correct pedals. I actually quite like them, yeah. Also came with some calipers, all at 20 quid. I can move them on. I can move the bits on, profit. Back wheel is on, as you know. Front wheel is on. Seat, ideally not the right height, but for the purpose of this video, I'm happy to keep it that height. But the main thing is in that box there. Set of bars in there. They've been hit from underneath, but really clean. Got them from a Facebook forum page. And also in there is a sissy bar, which I will need for another project that's coming along in a couple of days' time. Let's put you in a tripod and get our box opened and see where this takes us next. What an absolute result. Set of bars and a sissy bar, which we'll use in the upcoming project. New colour on the channel. I've never had one of these colours. It's been nice to get it on the channel. That's coming in the post in the next few days. A lovely set of bars. which you got to bear with me for a tick. And there we have it. A lovely set of bars and a sissy. That sissy is a lovely condition. Beautiful condition. That was very, very cheap indeed. Very cheap sissy bar. And a lovely set of bars with incredible chrome. Probably the best set of bars I've seen in terms of chrome condition. But sadly, they've been hit from underneath. You can see all the dents in there. But once it's situated in the frame, to me, it ain't gonna make much difference. Nice and straight, stem bolt, very, very nice. Right, let's get our bars in, that rack in, which is here. I'm hoping this will work, so if it does, it's gonna look incredible. Let's do it. Okay, excuse my backing away. First things first, let's get the rack on. So, what we're doing here, it's like that, isn't it? That's its position. So, I'm hoping you can see this okay. Probably not the best camera angle, but wheel on. And then the rack fits like that. Oh yes, lovely. Right, let's get a wheel loosely fastened. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing there. Very, very nice. Obviously the wheel needs air, or the tyre needs air I should say. Right, remember this is from a scrap Raleigh shop bike I picked up from a tip. Not that one you saw before. Right, what can you see on that camera lens? Let's bring you a little bit closer so you can see what I'm looking at here. Hang on. That's it. So, the front rack, I'm using the ultraviolet as a stand. So, that's like that. Mudguard could go in, handlebars. Let's put you back on that table and get those bars in. Right, that's it. Back on the table. I'm hoping this will work. If it does, officially I'm a genius. It's official. Oh yes. Out. Loosen that stem bolt. That's too tight. A minute to go in. That should do it. Right. You're still there, guys. Stick with it. Obviously I've got to put bearings in, that sort of thing. This is just for display purposes. Alright? Beautiful. Hang on, what's happened there? Look. Whoa. Right. I'm washing it. I'm washing it. Let's stick these back in here. Come on, you. In you go. Back you go. Right, that's it. Yes. And these here act as a washer as well. I can't see what I'm doing there. These glasses are knackered. These are my reading glasses or driving glasses. Like I sometimes wear occasionally, a bit battered, need changing. That minute I've always spent my money on handlebars and sissy bars. Right. Let's cut there. Let's get those wheels tightened up and see what you think of it. Right, hang on. Front rack fitted. Oh, I think that looks absolutely incredible. I don't know how I didn't think of this before. A scrap Raleigh shopper bike. I've salvaged some parts of a bike, some nuts, some bolts, some pedals. Sold the pedals on, got back my money on the bike. They're going to Lithuania, overseas. Some nice block pedals. Sold some bits on from that. Still got a frame and forks, but this was salvaged from that Raleigh shopper, Raleigh 20. Like a brown one it was. Crank is going to go on for purpose of a video. Front brake, front mudguard, chain on, air, and I think we are finished. We're not finished, obviously, but as a rolling, riding, no gears, build, ratty, cheap, budget, keeping its history sort of build with enhancement of a front rack. It's all right. It's good. All right, let's get that chain ring on here. Not the correct length. I've got a cotter pin. Let's put it in. Cotter pin's in. Right. Front mudguard. Let's move up a little bit. Trying to catch as much as I can on camera. So front mudguard, front brake. Can you see there? Can you see enough? Yeah. Front brake. Lovely. This was salvaged also from that, well, that's from that parts bundle that the crank came in. Got to push this tab here up in the middle, and that should then just go through. Lovely. Nut. Then we can see it built up next to that rack. It's the best thing about these builds, where you're not really restricted by originality or cleanliness. You can just use your own initiative, parts bundles, bit of salvaging. What can I get that's cheap that I can clean up or put my own stamp on? What can I salvage from other builds? That kind of thing. That did fit earlier. Let's just pause there quickly and just reassess it. Okay, so I put the tab previously inside the forks. I've now put the tab that was intact on the outside of the fork, which makes that now sit solid. Just got to tighten it up. Yeah, and that's another little job. This will come off again under the bearings, obviously. There's no bearings in his fork set or headset. We need bearings for the top nut as well. So the top fork bearings and the bottom fork bearings, headset bearings and fork. But that is now on. Let's quickly see if the tyre spins around nice. Yes. Just those little brake blocks there. They're going to be, get them sorted out. But lovely. Right, let's whoa, that's it. Lovely old job. Right. So just stand there. Right, that's now, we've got brakes. We now need to put a chain on. And we've got some brake handles as well, some brake handle things, brake grips. We've also got some front brake levers I salvaged from that cheap 20. So I picked up these brake levers, they were from that Raleigh 20. I'm going to sort them out. Just get them on. Get them in situ at least. Okay, so like I said, brake calipers have been salvaged from a that scrap 20. Also the front brake grips. Yeah, look at that. Looks cool, doesn't it? Right, let's get a chain on. I think we got enough there for a quick trip down the lane, minus the gears and brake cables. And there we are, one rideable-ish, used in a very big word, one rideable-ish Mark II infrared rally chopper. Admittedly, plenty wrong with it, but for what I've achieved on such little money, salvaging, bit of dealing from parts, some breakers, one absolute beauty. And that front rack is just set it off. Let's bring you a bit closer to the bike. You've seen it now, haven't you? You've seen this now. What's stunning? Plenty to do. Like, I've got to take off this old light fitting here, maybe put a light on there, little lamp or something, I don't know. Bearings, it needs bearings, it needs cables, it needs gear changer, it needs the correct size or length crank. Pedals need changing, I know that. Sissy bar needs freeing up, moving up a little bit, you know, sissy bar bolts. But all that to me doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. This is what we did when we were kids. Most people watch these videos in the 50s, 40s, 50s. We've done this as kids. We messed about building bikes up, scrap yards, finding them and building them up. You don't need to get parts re-chromed. You don't need expensive paint jobs. You don't need to source new old stock parts. You just need to have a fun and build. And if I can bring a bike back from the dead for a little budget, yeah, you only spend what you can warrant or afford. And it's another one saved. Another frame saved in theory. And the parts have gone with it. You know what's coming, don't you? Let's see how it rides. Not a long ride because it's got no brakes, is it? It's got a dodgy crank. But let's see how we get on.